Welcome back, fellow true crime enthusiasts. Today we delve into a chilling story that sent shockwaves through the nation. This is the tragic tale of Sarah Boone, a name that will forever be etched in infamy. I'm Nate, your host, and you're watching The Fingerprint. Before the darkness descended, Sarah Boone was a seemingly ordinary woman. Born and raised in Florida, she led an unremarkable life until fate took a cruel turn. Sarah Boone's life took an unexpected turn when she met Jorge Torres, a man who would later become the center of a tragic tale. This crime took place in Winter Park, on February 24, 2020. Boone called 911 on Monday afternoon from her Winter Park home and told dispatchers her boyfriend was dead.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, Frantz.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
The 911 operator tried to help Sarah do CPR procedures, but she insisted he was already dead. Few seconds later, she seemed surprised when Torres gurgled.
Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And?
Please! Okay, he just gurgled.
When the police arrived, Sarah was waiting outside the apartment along her ex-husband Brian. They isolated the area and the police officers forbade Sarah from entering the apartment again. Sarah was very distressed and constantly wanted to go into the house to grab a can of soda she was drinking, but obviously the police officer did not allow it. When asked about what happened, Sarah explained that on the previous night she and her boyfriend decided to play hide-and-seek after sharing a bottle of wine. They both thought it would be fun if she put him inside a suitcase. Apparently Jorge willingly got into the suitcase and then Sarah zipped it up. After that she mentioned feeling very tired and went upstairs to sleep. The next day she realized her boyfriend was still inside the suitcase and allegedly dead. Just a reminder that during the emergency call you can hear Jorge choking and Sarah's undeniable surprise. She then took him out of the suitcase and attempted CPR, but without success. According to her, he was already purple at this point. She then decided to call her ex-husband, who quickly arrived at the scene. Sarah only called 911 when Brian arrived at the apartment. What's very odd is that Sarah kept repeating the sentence, "This was not intentional." Sarah had no prior police records or criminal history, aside from an alleged domestic violence against Torres in July 2018, however her charge was dismissed. She divorced her ex-husband in 2017, with whom she have a young son. According to testimonies, they got along well. She met Jorge approximately 6 years ago, shortly after her divorce from Brian. Jorge had 3 daughters and was currently unemployed. Both Jorge and Sarah were 42 years old at that time. On February 24, the fateful day of the murder, Jorge had gone out to buy cigarettes, and when he returned the two of them shared a bottle of wine. Throughout the investigation, Sarah insists that she wasn't drunk, and since her boyfriend could stick 2 fingers out of the suitcase, she thought he could get out on his own. She went to bed at 12 p.m. and fell asleep at around midnight. She couldn't fall asleep, so she read for about 30 minutes, while her boyfriend was downstairs inside a suitcase. The next morning she claimed to have woken up around 11 a.m. and remained upstairs for a few hours. She stated that she didn't notice Torres's absence and assumed he was downstairs watching TV or playing video games. When Sarah finally went downstairs, she realized he wasn't in any of the rooms and it hit her that Jorge was still inside the suitcase. That's when she panicked and called her ex-husband. While the police were searching the house, Sarah was outside, and we can see from some footage just how agitated she was. She also seemed to be either hungover or even a bit drunk, constantly asking to come in and have some water. She also told the officer that Jorge's family would kill her, that they never liked her, and that they called her Blue-Eyed Devil. The police also spoke with Brian, who claimed that the couple had a tumultuous and peculiar relationship. He said that Sarah had reported Torres for domestic violence several times in the past. He would get arrested, but Sarah would later regret it and bail him out the next day. Witnesses also informed the police that Sarah had a habit of heavy drinking. It was common to see her walking around the neighborhood with glasses of wine, and she would even pass out in front of her house. Sarah's next-door neighbor reported hearing numerous arguments between the couple in the last few months. In fact, on the night of the crime, the same neighbor claimed he heard a very loud noise coming from Sarah's apartment at around 11 p.m., as if something very heavy had fallen down the stairs.
Do you recall hearing anything coming from apartment 3 while you were, after you had gotten home?
Around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, there was a very loud crashing sound where I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't been in their apartment like my roommate, but I believe is the location of the staircase.
Okay, so
a little bit above.
A very loud, you said crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something had been like falling down the stairs. Because it started up high and then it ended low.
On February 25, Torres underwent an autopsy, which determined the cause of death to be asphyxiation. Additionally, Jorge's body bore numerous scratches, including a deep and extensive one on the back of his neck, as well as several bruises on his shoulders, the right side of his face and his forehead. These injuries aligned with the neighbor's report, giving rise to the theory that Sarah likely had pushed Jorge down the stairs. Sarah had been released on the 25th and had spent the night at her ex-husband's house. The following day, the detective requested her to return to the police station for questioning. In the interrogation videos, it's evident that she believed she would be released at any moment. At one point, she even pulled out a sheet of paper with various questions for the police, including when she would get her phone back. When questioned about the scratches and bruises on Jorge's body, Sarah appeared surprised and stated that they were likely related to the intimate encounter they had that week. During the interrogation, she denied having issues with alcohol and consistently boasted about being a great mother and a good person. She informed the police that Sunday had been one of the couple's best days in a long time, and she would never have done anything to harm him. She also stated emphatically that under no circumstances would she have placed Jorge inside the suitcase, and he had entered it of his own accord. It's crucial to note that Sarah had granted the police access to all the documents and calls on her phone, which drastically altered the course of the investigation. On her phone there were videos filmed on the night of Jorge's death, which displayed disturbing footage of him inside the suitcase. Please, if you have claustrophobia, consider skipping this part of the video.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Notice in this video that the suitcase is flipped upside down, making it impossible for Jorge to escape from it. The second video was filmed 11 minutes after the first one, and the suitcase is now turned right side up. The videos were recorded around 11 p.m. and the police believe this is when Sarah pushed him down the stairs. When the detective showed her these videos, she immediately asked them to stop, saying they were scaring her.
So I have something that I want to show you that we found. And it was from your phone. Mm-hmm. Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
Sarah.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down. You said it.
You guys are scaring me.
From that point on, she began to contradict herself and try to explain what had happened. Boone then states that nothing was intentional and starts to blame the alcohol, even though she had previously claimed not to be drunk. Later she admits to putting him inside the suitcase, but insists it was all a joke and that she had left a gap for him to breathe.
30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't, like, completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
She also seems to be oblivious to the gravity of the situation, genuinely believing she will soon be going home. Finally, the officers inform her that she is not being released and proceed to handcuff her. Up until this point, Sarah maintains a sarcastic demeanor and even remarks about who will protect her from Jorge's family. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter and has pleaded not guilty on every occasion. The trial has been postponed several times and is now scheduled for October 2023. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this case. If you found this video intriguing, like, share, and subscribe. Stay vigilant and seek truth.